What is up, guys? We are back today, and this morning we will be doing the Sunday Week 8 previews of the games. We have the first game here. We have the 2-5 New York Giants on the road taking on the 5-2 Philadelphia Eagles in the Kelly Greens. Obviously, as you guys know, I am a big Eagles fan. And this game, we are favored by 7.5 over the New York Giants. Honestly, I do think that is a fair spread. I don't think this Giants team puts up, as much points as they did against the Broncos. I think this Eagles defense will prove that they are a solid defense. I don't think the Eagles defense is top 10. I think they're a solid top 15 defense in the NFL, kind of like middle of the pack defense, but averaging probably around 20 points given up each game, which the Eagles defense is not bad. The only bad game, though, the Eagles defense has was on the Thursday Night Football game between these two teams just a couple of weeks ago, where the Giants completely obliterated the Eagles on Thursday Night Football. And we get a rematch here on Sunday. In this one, I am going to take the Eagles in this one. Just think they come out with a fire and they come out with motivation. And I think they win this one convincingly. I'm going to say I'm taking the Eagles' money line in this game. I'm going to take the 7.5 for the Eagles. And the over-under is 43.5. I am going to take the over in the 43.5. Give me the Eagles by 10 against the Giants. Alright, next game we have the 0-7 winless New York Jets traveling to Cincinnati to take on the 3-4 Cincinnati Bengals. Don't think this game will be close at all. I think that spread for the Bengals should be a lot higher, I'm not even going to lie. This Jets team is just terrible. A really bad team. They're winless for a reason. I mean, the Broncos played their worst game of the season against the Jets a couple of weeks ago in London, and the Broncos still won 13-11. This team is just terrible. I'm obviously going to take the spread. I'm going to take the Bengals on the spread. Obviously taking that Bengals money line, over-under 44.5. I'm taking the under on the 44.5. I think both of these defenses are able to kind of show up. I think they limit the offenses. I think Ja'Marr Chase is limited this game. Still think Ja'Marr Chase has a decent day. I just don't think he has over 100 yards like he did against the Steelers. Give me the Bengals in this game. Taking the Bengals by 21. I think it's a blowout win for Cincinnati by 21 against the New York Jets on Sunday. I think it's a blowout win for the Bengals, and I think the Bengals improve to 4-4. And next up here we have the 4-2 Chicago Bears traveling to Baltimore to take on the 1-5 Ravens. An injury-wounded Ravens team at home against the Bears. The Ravens are heavily favored in this game, which I assume if they are heavily favored, Lamar will be back for this game. I think Lamar will be back for this game. He was full practicing this week, so he's back practicing. Do think Lamar will return, which is why the Ravens are so heavily favored in this game. I think this game will be close. I think the Bears have proved that they are a solid team. I think the Bears have proved they are not a run-over team like they were in years past. I am taking the Bears to cover that 6.5. I'm going to take the over on the 49.5 just because the Ravens' defense is one of the worst in the league. I think they will give up a lot of points to this Caleb Williams offense. And I will be taking The Ravens, money line in this game. I think with Lamar back, I think the Ravens win in a shootout with the Bears. I think a lot of points are scored in this game. But give me the Ravens here. I'm going to say the Ravens by 3 points. I'm going to say the Ravens by 3, by 1 score. I think it's a close game. I think it's an offensive shootout, but I think the Ravens squeak one out. Next, we have the 3-3 Atlanta Falcons at home hosting the 1-6 Miami Dolphins. Do not think this game will be close. I think the Falcons blow them out. I'm just going to say straight up. I think Miami is, with those few other teams, with, the Titans, the Raiders, the Browns probably in the mix, and then the Saints for, the worst teams in the league. Can't forget about the Jets either in the discussion. Just, 5 really bad teams I just listed. One of them going against the Atlanta Falcons. This Falcons team, I will say this, is a very underrated team. They knocked off, in my opinion, one of the best teams in the league in Buffalo. This Atlanta team continues to impress me. They are impressive. I'm going to take the Falcons in this game. Blowout, like I said. I'm going to take the Falcons to cover that 7.5. I'm going to take the under in the 44.5. Just because I feel like the Falcons have one of the best defenses statistically in the NFL. Taking the Falcons money line in this game, taking the Falcons spread, but I'm taking the under on the 44.5. I'm going to take the Falcons by 17. Taking the Falcons by 3 scores in this one. Just don't think this Miami team could really do much against this Atlanta defense. Next up, we have the 4-3 Carolina Panthers hosting the 4-2 Buffalo Bills. The Bills are favored by 7.5 in this game against Carolina on the road. I'm going to take the Panthers to cover the spread. I'm going to say over on the 44.5. Even though Bryce Young is supposedly out, there's not really an official word on whether he's out or not, but the NFL did tweet that he would be out. But there is some skepticism that he will be out or he won't be out. I think he will be out in this game. Carolina defense, obviously bad. But I do think the guys around Carolina's backup quarterback, it is Andy Dalton. I think Andy Dalton being experienced and having those guys around him, like Rico Dowdle, Xavier Legette, the young receiver, I think this Panthers team does keep it close against the Bills just because they're at home. They don't have to deal with that noise. Taking the Panthers to cover the spread, but I will be taking the Bills' money line. I think the Bills win this game by 1 score, by 7. I think the Bills win this game by 7 by a score. Just think the Bills are just going to outlast the Panthers. I think if the Panthers did have Bryce Young, they would win this game, but Bills just too good. For a Panthers offense that's going to have Andy Dalton back there. Taking the Bills by 1 score by 7. Next up, we have the 2-4 Houston Texans at home hosting the 5-2 San Francisco 49ers. The Texans, surprisingly heavy favorites in this game. Really not heavy favorites. They're favored by 2.5, but on the matchup predictor, they are favored by 13%. I don't know why they're favored by such an amount against this Niners team. But I do think Houston covers the spread. This is my first big upset of this Sunday. I think Houston pulls it out. Houston needs this win to stay alive. I think Houston gets this win against the 49ers. I'm taking the Texans money line. I'm going to take over in the 41.5 just because of, just because of this Niners defense being so heavily injured. I do believe C.J. Stroud in that offense plays well. It seems like for once this season, I'm going to take the Texans by 7 against the Niners by a score. Just believe the Texans will be able to take advantage of that weak defense, or that injured defense of the Niners, and the fact that C.J. Stroud, I do think he will play well under the home environment. Next up, we have the 5-2 New England Patriots hosting the 2-5 Cleveland Browns. Patriots heavy favorites in this game. Drake May playing as well as any quarterback in the NFL right now. He is playing probably better than Josh Allen this season, which is crazy to say, but he really is. The Patriots are favored by 7.5 this game. I am going to take that spread. I think the Patriots cover the spread. I'm taking the over on the 40.5. I think this Cleveland offense is able to kind of get going like they did last week. I don't think this will be a shootout in any means. I do think the Patriots do kind of win convincingly in this game over Cleveland. I'm going to take the Patriots money line in this game. Obviously taking the over in the 40.5. Taking the Patriots, cover the spread. I'm going to take the Patriots by 2 scores, by 14 points over the 2-5 Cleveland Browns. Obviously, this is Dillon Gabriel's first, big road game of the season. Obviously, I think Cleveland was on the road at Pittsburgh during, I think, his, second start of the season. I just think it's too much for Dillon Gabriel to overcome. I'm taking the Patriots by 14. Next up, we have the 1-6 New Orleans Saints hosting the 5-2 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Obviously, Tampa Bay heavy favorites in this game on the road versus the Saints. Tampa Bay currently favored by 4.5 on the spread. I'm going to take Tampa Bay to cover the spread. I'm taking the Tampa Bay money line in this game. Do think the under in the 46.5. I think the Saints defense is able to contain the Bucs offense. Not really able to stop them in a way, but just contain them to not score 40-plus points in this game. I'm going to take the Buccaneers by a convincing amount this game. Spencer Rattler not really playing well this year. First real full year. Spencer Rattler is a starting quarterback of the Saints. Obviously not playing well. Didn't really expect him to play that well. Only in year 2, I do think Spencer Rattler will develop into a better player. Just he's obviously not there yet. Think against a 5-2 Bucs team who has been solid defensively against good offenses like San Francisco. I'm going to take the Bucs winning in a convincing amount. I'm going to take the Bucs by 17 by 3 scores against the Saints on the road. Next up, we have the 6-1 Indianapolis Colts taking on the 1-6 Tennessee Titans. At home are the Colts. The Colts heavy favorites in this game. Colts favored by 14.5. I do think this Colts team is the best team in the NFL. That is my hot take on the Colts. I think they are the best team in the NFL right now. 6-1. They have all the momentum. I do think that will continue. Give me the Colts in this game. I am taking the under in the 47.5 in this game just because the Titans' offense is just that bad. The Titans have a terrible offense. I'm just taking the under just because of that. I do think the Colts will win in a blowout against the Titans, especially because the Colts are at home, so they do have the home environment like they even needed that at this point. Just a lopsided matchup here. Give me the Colts by 21 against the Titans by 3 scores. Think they win in a blowout fashion. Next up, we have the 5-2 Denver Broncos hosting the 3-3-1 Dallas Cowboys. The Broncos are slight favorites in this game. Broncos favored by 3.5 at home against Dallas. This is a very interesting game. I do think this will be an offensive shootout. I am taking the over on the 50.5. I think, honestly, this game will smash the 50.5.5. I think this is an offensive duel. I think it's an offensive shootout. Don't think neither one of these defenses are really able to stop one another. I do think the Broncos' pass rush will play a factor in this game. Broncos have a great pass rush with Benito and those other pass rushers. That is why I am going to pick the Broncos' money line in this game. I'm taking the Broncos to win against Dallas. Obviously, the over in the 50.5. But give me Dallas to cover that spread slightly against the Broncos. I do think Denver wins by 3 by a slight 1 score against Dallas. This is just going to be an offensive shootout. I mean, I would expect this game to be somewhere like 35-32 or like 38-35, something like that. I think this is going to be an offensive shootout. Both offenses are really good. Bo Nix and Dak Prescott both playing really good. That's a great quarterback matchup. So although these two teams are evenly matched, give me the Broncos by 3 just because of that pass rush and how it could play a role in any game. In the final game on the Sunday slate, Sunday Night Football prime time, we have the 4-2 Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the 4-1-1 Green Bay Packers. The Packers slight favorites on the road over the Steelers. The Packers favored by 2.5 over Pittsburgh in this game. I do think that is a good spread. I think this will be a close game. But I am going to take the Packers in this one. I do think Jordan Love and those receivers get it going. Packers have a great young receiving core. I think Jordan Love is a great quarterback. And I'm going to take the Packers in this one by 3 by a score. Taking that Packers money line. I'm going to take the slight under on the 45.5. I do think this game is somewhere around like 40 total points. Do think these defenses play solidly and don't allow too much offensively. But give me the Packers by 3 by a score. And that'll do it for this video. You could see the full Sunday slate that I just previewed and predicted right there. That'll do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Appreciate you guys for all the support. Every like, subscribe helps. Trying to create this channel into something big. I know I've said this multiple times before and I'll keep saying it. I just want to, know you guys' feedback on this. Comments are open, obviously, as they are in every single video, and as they should be. So feel free to comment, what you think of my videos. Hate comments, I'm just not going to read them, so don't even, think about commenting hate. I mean, I know I'm going to get some hate comments when this channel grows, but that's besides the point. I would love to hear you guys' feedback on this channel, and just to hear from you guys in general. Appreciate you guys, and that'll do it for NFL Week 8 preview and predictions. Appreciate you guys. Peace out.